Zero fucks given.
The podcast where we discuss real life shenanigans.
Your mama was too shy to talk about.
Oh, that's fucking weird. Holy Jesus.
Davey's in the closet.
Here's my dick. Blam!
And you got those
That's the
Scooby-Doo
best
characters.
Okay.
I'm just saying this one time.
I mean, I'm interested. Cat on the toilet.
A half-hard dick pic.
I have a confident vibe. I'm Daisy.
I'm Heather.
I'm Terry.
I had space on, bitch.
Zero fucks given.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, she had the dick in her mouth. She was quiet. She was quiet.
Well, it's hard to tell between you and your sister as well.
It is kind of, they sound a lot alike. That's crazy.
Oh, Daisy, you're going to have to do like a little ee-ah before you start talking, showing us you.
I will.
So we know it's the donkey.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so, this is my sister. Her name is Maribel.
Hi, Maribel.
Hi, Maribel. And my sister Maribel is 10 years older than me. Let's start off with that. She's the nice older sister, and I'm just the bitch.
No,
you just say it like it is. That's the one thing I lack.
Yeah.
My sister is very, very nice, and she would not hurt an ant. Let's just say she wouldn't hurt an ant.
Well, she works with animals too, right?
Yeah, she is a vet tech, and you've been doing that for a very long time, huh, Maribel?
Yeah, since I was 16.
That's awesome.
16, yeah.
Yeah, you're my hero. You
now?
helped save my Annie. You helped save my baby. Felt so much better after she got to see you.
Oh, it was
Remember that,
little
Maribel?
pistol?
Yeah, my little bully, my little American bully. She ain't little anymore.
Yeah, that's Heather.
Yeah, I got to meet you briefly, but yeah.
And Heather, why don't you just briefly tell her who impregnated your dog?
Well, she's not pregnant. We think she did get pregnant, but it just didn't. It didn't work or something. She must have. Maybe she passed something and then ate it in the middle of the night. I'm not sure what happened. Either way, she was lactating, so she was definitely something. But, my little my little miniature pincher chihuahua knocked her up. She was in heat.
Chica.
Yeah. Well, we didn't want to, we didn't get her, we didn't end up getting her fixed because the litter, because I don't know, there was three or four, I'm not sure, but they died after getting fixed. It didn't happen to many of the females, most of the males, and she's a female, but it was kind of like, do we take that risk and then she dies, or do we just, let it be? And so we just let it be. I didn't think my dog, he isn't fixed either. I didn't think he could ever get her pregnant. And this bitch lays on her back, and Red just took her missionary, which was the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, Maribel, imagine Mojo trying to get Rizzo pregnant.
Oh my
And
God.
just like
she
that.
she laid on her back, spread her legs open, and Red just got up in there. I don't know how he did it.
Oh my God. So wait, so the puppies died after you got them fixed?
Well, no. She never got fixed. But 9 weeks after, it was about 9 weeks after she had her heat, and she ended up, it was 9 to 10 weeks, but she was acting really weird. Her breast started to get swollen, and then I squeezed one of them, and there was milk coming out of it. And then one night she was like acting like she was just like, she was frantic, she was shaking. It was all the signs of labor. She went behind the chair and then came back in bed. She kept doing that over and over and over. And the next morning we found like a little tiny blood spot, but that was it. And I didn't think anything of it. And, but maybe something just happened, you know? She didn't actually, she didn't actually end up going through labor, but I don't know if something small may have passed or if an actual, I mean, I don't think that would have been, the puppies wouldn't have been, they would have been some weird looking dogs.
Oh, God.
Their heads would have been bigger than their bodies, and they would have had to have little wheelchairs for their heads or something.
Yeah. There is such a thing as a pit bull chihuahua, though, by the way.
Yeah. You know what I want? I saw it today. It was a wiener pit, you know, just like Daisy's mouth. Like, it was like, I think it'd be fun to get.
Oh, God.
A wiener pit.
Yeah, anyway.
She didn't even get it. It's funny. A wiener pit. Like your mouth. I said. She's like, she didn't even hear it. It was a lame joke. I'm sorry.
She's a fucking drums.
But
she doesn't understand. Yeah. So anyway, my sister's very innocent, so it takes her a minute to, you know, get dirty jokes. Maribel.
Did you even? Yeah. I didn't think you guys even got it.
I didn't.
No, I didn't get it either.
Took me a minute.
Maribel,
because your mouth is like
a
wiener pit. Because you take in so much
tell her
dick
what?
in your mouth, you know? It's a wiener pit. Because that's...
My sister still don't get it.
That was the joke. Because...
laughing.
Okay.
All right, we're going to move on from that joke and get on to the questions here. Because I don't even think I know this question. I'm curious, Maribel, when did you lose your virginity? You're very innocent compared to me. So what age did you lose your virginity? I don't even know.
I was like 17.
Really?
Same.
Fucking old.
Well, I was a little younger, but ish.
You're a liar and a half.
What did Heather say?
She said she was 17. That bitch lies. She was like fucking.
I waited till I got married.
She lost her virginity. Second chances, right?
In another life.
Yeah, in another life.
You think you have to have not had sex for at least 7 years to become?
It's not like bankruptcy. What the fuck?
Definitely. Yeah. Well, that definitely did not happen with you.
She said you gotta wait 7 years before you. It's like she's comparing it to bankruptcy and shit. Bitch, you ain't get no
what
clean.
They say,
you don't get no clean slate.
That's what they say, bitch.
You better do 300 kegels a day.
Yeah. Well, like you trying to say you were a virgin till you're 17. That's a fucking lie.
Let me just say this. I lost my virginity at a whatever. I was young, but when I met TJ, I literally, when we had sex for the first time, he split me open again. That was fucking insane. So kind of cool, you know? Kind of awesome.
I agree. That's kind of still a virgin.
I mean,
kind of.
Or you were just with really small dick.
I mean,
men.
They weren't like
boys,
whatever. They were definitely all smaller than him, for sure.
Well, you're probably fucking a lot of midgets back then. So
I mean, I was in my dreams. And Maribel, were you in love your first time? Like, were you in love?
Was I what?
Were you in love?
Yeah, at that time. I think I felt I was.
Yeah.
Now I was like, what the fuck was I?
Well, yeah, that's how we all feel about our first, but you know what I mean. We thought we loved. But that's good. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you?
It's okay.
What's the fucking background here?
What's the what?
Was it a big dick?
It felt like it.
They all feel big the first
He
time.
was a virgin. Of course it felt big.
It's bigger than a
Jeez.
finger.
What question is this?
No. But looking back,
No, it wasn't. Hello?
I feel so bad for Maribel. I'm like, oh my god, this poor chick.
That was the most awkward silence ever. That was great.
It really was. I think I heard some crickets. Yeah, it was.
that was funny. That was
Hello? I said it wasn't big.
Yeah.
God.
It felt big, but it wasn't big.
So let me ask you guys the question: have you guys ever fucked the same guy?
No. No.
Okay,
No,
well,
we never
let's just
fucked the same
tell Maribel why we are asking is because Daisy thought it was great to ask us and
Yeah.
our sisters if we ever fucked the same
Yeah.
guy, which is like totally out of left field.
So I just
We're
assumed
like-
you guys did. I thought you guys were having some crazy orgies or some crazy shit was going down over there at the fucking homestead.
Yeah. Maybe
Maribel-
you
Just
the
in
Wawa.
my head.
Maribel was bringing them in and Daisy was taking them out.
No, definitely not. The only reason why I asked you both was because you guys are, you and your sisters are kind of, not that far apart in age. So I was just curious, because I think if me and Maribel were not that far in age, I'd probably fuck some of her boyfriends.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, don't you like older guys, Daisy?
I like older guys, yeah, but I don't like her selection. If it ain't white,
Oh,
it
her
ain't right, you know what I
selection.
mean?
Oh, her selection. I get it. Well, she likes the small dick guys, too, so.
Maribel's petite.
Exactly.
She likes the low ones.
Yeah, Maribel.
Not everybody needs
Maribel definitely has a petite vagina compared to mine.
Have you seen her vagina?
Petite.
Have I seen? No, but I can tell by her pelvic area.
We did not even warm this poor girl up to this shit.
I know.
We
She
should
did.
probably
Sorry, Maribel.
start.
She came in
Let's
blind.
backtrack a little.
She came in like fucking.
Yeah.
She came in with a blindfold on, hadn't even heard our podcast, and now she's just like, "What in the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
Maybe if I slit my wrist,
it
I can
doesn't
get out of
mean-
this."
We won't hear from her in a few seconds here. She'll be gone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
let's just start from the beginning, okay? So she's 10 years older than you. So Maribel, how did you feel when you found out your parents were giving or going to have Daisy? Was that a disappointment for you? You can be honest.
No. I was excited. I was just kind of weirded out, like, what? Mom and Dad are still having sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know they still do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God. No, actually, they really don't.
No, I
Well,
bet you
they'd
they
probably
do.
be kicking Junior out the trailer or something. Get the fuck out so we
No,
can rock
I
it.
asked my mom. If it was still working, and she said no.
Your dad isn't working,
Oh, no.
My dad is definitely not working.
but he's got all that organic
Aw.
vegetables and shit. That's good for the dick.
Yeah, no,
It's
he's
a
out of
lie. It's a lie.
You asked
Mom?
I did, yes, a couple years ago actually.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
See, that's the difference
So
between me
Daisy-
and my sister.
Yeah, Daisy will ask my mom and my dad anything. I don't think I have the guts to ask my mom anything like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That brings up the question, Daisy, did you give your mom her present yet?
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't give her a present. I just never had the balls to do it, and then it just
Listen,
never happened between you
Stop
guys.
being
So
a fucking
What,
pussy.
did
And
you
it
get her-
happened with
did you
me.
buy her a
It
dildo?
happened with me, Daisy. I didn't hold. I fucking held
I mean,
true.
well, Terry,
Yeah, but
Have I?
Yeah,
no,
I bought my mom a black dildo, and I never gave it to her. It's still in a box.
Oh my god.
yeah,
I was gonna do it in front of my dad and Nate and Corey and his other friend named Brian and Edgar and Junior, but I didn't get the balls to.
Oh my god. You imagine like Dad's blood pressure would go through the roof.
That wouldn't be good. That would not be good.
You know what? You know what?
Well, you can do it in front of
I might
with
do it
your
for Mother's
mom,
Day.
like on no. Next time you fucking see her, just do it. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
And then
It's
even if it's
literally
just
in
like
my closet. It was.
even if it's just like, hey mom, I want to give you a gift, and just do it, but do it with just her. You know,
Okay.
just
I
you
will.
don't have to have your
Wait till
dad
I
see.
come down to Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Which
want to be
is
there.
fucking probably next year.
Maribel wants to see it.
I'm coming
You'll see
at the
it.
end
We're
of this month.
videotaping it. We're trying to make it into an awesome video. I already got mine. I did it. My mom opened
Hey,
up my
Daisy.
dildo on Christmas Day in front of her grandkids.
Yeah, but listen, Daisy, you have to do
What?
it in front of Maribel because she's never seen a big dick before, so
Yeah.
it'll be a
black
treat.
one at
It'll be
that.
A big
it'll
old
be a
black
shock
dick.
for your mom and a fucking great day for Maribel. Maybe she'll take.
And then
take
she
it
might
with
be
her
able to
back to
take it
California.
home with her.
Oh, yeah.
Maribel, your
She'll
mom will
pay
give
for
it to
with
you.
my mom.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it.
Maribel's husband's gonna come home and see a fucking big black dick stuck on the fucking shower wall.
Yeah.
That would be great. YouTube that shit.
It's a backwasher.
Yeah, right. Or a back scrubber, scratcher, whatever.
Yeah.
Maribel, have you ever had anal sex?
No.
Oh, that was a
Well, that
yes.
was a really long no.
That was a yes. That was a no. That meant
was a-
yes. When you drink the whiskey, you don't get a little frisky. Come on now.
No, my ass is a virgin.
No, for real.
A no-go zone.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
I knew we were related. It's a no zone.
You know what? I'm more like a volcano. It takes a long time before I erupt, so I don't have sex that very often.
Oh, do you masturbate?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Ever?
no.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why you take a long time to erupt. You better get to that pussy. You better start touching her, getting to know her. Takes me like 3.5 seconds.
Tired all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And how old are you, Maribel, now? How old are you?
I'm 40.
There you go. 40-year-old virgin right here.
The butthole's a virgin.
I'm
She's
just tired all the time. Like when we do have sex, I'm just like fucing finished already.
Uh-oh.
You gotta do.
Yeah,
you gotta
I'm just
do it.
like-
Fuck that. You gotta get that. You need that orgasm. That's what you need.
My husband was so happy if we had it every day, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
I fucking have it on my calendar. I'm like, oh God, I'm fucking due. God damn it.
That's fucking crazy. That's awesome. I mean, whatever
That's
works.
so
I guess.
funny. Maribel, you have a calendar telling you when you have to do it and you're dreading it, and I'm over here
She's keeping-
hoping and praying that I could circle.
So she can fill up. She
A
wants to
date on
fill
my
her
calendar.
calendar up.
God damn it.
That's
That is
fucking
funny.
great.
Oh, not me. I'm
That's-
like, can we extend the date? Can we take a rain check?
Oh wow.
You dread it.
Tired
Like
all the time.
when you know your period is coming. Fuck.
I told my husband I think I need Viagra.
Yeah.
I think you do.
It just start playing with yourself, and then that sex drive will come back. Also, eating semen's really good for that. If you just take it a load in every once in a while, it hypens your sex drive.
Oh hell
Don't
no.
spit it out. Just swallow it. It's good for the endorphins.
No.
Do you swallow, Maribel?
Hell no, I don't even go downstairs.
Woo!
Imagine how
something else, I'm
shocked your
telling you.
husband would be. Imagine how shocked and happy he would be if you surprised him one night.
Yeah.
I know. I tell my friend, I'm like, I feel bad. Like, I really do feel bad for my husband because I'm just tired all the time. But when I do want it, I really do give it to him.
Yeah.
But it just takes a long
that's
time.
good.
You know, like, I don't know. I'm just
You
tired all
mark
the
that
time.
on your calendar?
What?
When you really do want it, how often does it happen on your yearly calendar?
Once a month, maybe.
Oh, damn. Okay, well.
Well, you'll have to listen to episode 2.
I went to go see my gynecologist, and I meant to tell him, I was like, I think something's wrong with me, but I couldn't get myself to say it. I was like, is there like some kind of pill you can give me? Is there something wrong with me, or some kind of prescription? But I just couldn't get myself to say it.
Yeah.
Ooh, your gynecologist is a man?
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm telling you, a guy gynecologist is so gentle. I've had bitches before, and they don't give a shit. They just ram shit right in.
Yeah.
Is he hot?
No, he's an old man.
Oh.
You just gotta
I
close
thought
your
that
eyes.
was
Okay,
hot.
Daisy likes old
You
guys.
just gotta close your eyes and
Yeah,
pretend
I
that
probably
they
think
look
he's
like
hot.
somebody else.
No, Maribel, I had the same issue. I lost my mojo, and I thought I was fucking broke for a long time. And then I left my husband, and it came back. So I don't know. I'm not saying that's your case, but I just want you to know. Miracles are possible. Just saying. Anyway.
I mean, I don't know if it's your. We don't know your husband. We're not saying it's yours because we don't know him or
I'm not
anything.
saying it's
But yeah,
I'm just telling you my situation.
yeah, yeah,
Just letting you know.
It's true.
yeah. But
Oh,
man,
Maribel.
gotta feel sexy or something. Do something, make yourself feel sexy, and sometimes that brings it in. You know, you'll wanna fuck more when you feel sexy.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm definitely the naughty sister here.
That's awesome.
I don't like anal or
You are.
swallowing, but I'm definitely naughtier than Maribel.
Yeah, you're the prudest of all
That's
three of us.
Yeah.
I don't know, Daisy. I'm kind of shocked sometimes that there's shit you don't do.
I know,
You get
right?
pretty fucking wild. It's like, what? This bitch is lying. She's full of shit. Maybe you've done stuff, but you just were so drunk you forgot.
That would be my bet. I'd put money on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I would have remembered I would have remembered swallowing a load.
She'd have been like, why is my fucking
probably-
ass so sore? What happened?
Right. Right. There's probably like some amateur porno of you out there floating around and you don't even know it.
Where is it? Maybe it'll make me some money. What the fuck? Where is it?
It's called Donkeys in Paradise.
Donkey's got big dicks, though.
Donkey!
Have you ever been to a donkey show in Mexico? Have you ever been to a donkey show in Mexico?
Yeah. That's what I want to know.
Maribel?
No, I haven't.
Have you heard of them?
Daisy.
No.
Where like
No, actually, I never even heard of that.
where they're like it's just a bar and then like all the like people are just watching a chick get fucked by a donkey.
What
Oh,
the
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
not
shit
true.
happens.
They put a ring on
No,
it,
it's
so it doesn't
not.
go all the way in.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have like a
Ouch.
they have a
Way.
what is it called? A throttle killer. What are those? God damn it.
A throttle killer.
What is it?
Like a chastity for a
No, I can't
donkey
think of it.
dick?
A governor.
Governor! Yeah.
I need a governor for
No
that
idea
dick.
what the fuck you guys are talking about.
That's fucked up.
You need a governor for that
Where is
donkey
this
dick,
at?
or else it'll go in and kill you because it would literally penetrate your uterus into your intestines. You know, you don't
Oh,
want that.
God.
once they get to
no.
kicking.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, my
So,
God, I love my sister.
oh, did you guys harass each other at all growing up, or what's the backstory? We're talking all this dirty shit. We just jumped right into the fucking dirty shit. It didn't even warm her up. What's the fucking backstory? What was the childhood like? Awkward silence again.
No, my friend was asking me if I've ever walked in on Daisy having sex. I was like, no.
Oh, that's a good question.
No, we're a decade apart. So by the time I started having sex, you were living your own fucking life.
Yeah.
Well, you could have had sex at her house.
I accidentally walked in on Edgar having sex with Marianne one time.
Oh God. That's our older brother.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Which is only 5 years apart from Maribel and 15 years apart from me.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That
My
is
mom
crazy.
had 2 different lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The younger one.
What happened?
Oh no, I was gonna say that Junior says that I'm adopted and that only you guys are my parents too.
Related?
Yeah.
Oh, our younger brother. That's Junior. Is our younger brother. He makes fun of Maribel and says that she was adopted.
Why?
He's a
She
jerk
don't
like
fit
that.
in. She doesn't fit in.
Oh, the rest of you guys are freaky, and she's the good one.
Yeah, she's a good one for sure.
I don't know about good.
Well, I don't know about that. We never really teased each other growing up, did we, Maribel?
No, I mean, I feel like the only things I remember is when you were really, really young, when you were like 3 or 5. But I feel like there's this big gap, and I have no memories up until like now that we kind of hang out more. The only time I remember was when my parents used to live down here still, and remember I used to come visit you guys when I had Andrew and Michelle, and I would walk into your room and you'd be talking on that. You know how you'd be talking on the phone, but you'd be talking into different rooms, or I don't know what it was. Remember?
That's her hotline.
Chat room. Right, remember? I told you guys about that. Remember?
Awesome.
That was
yes.
from we talked about that
Episode 1.
our first episode. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
I was like, what are
hilarious.
you doing? And then she'd be talking all crazy with all these different guys, and I was like, what? And I had no idea like what it was, and until I heard Daisy do it. But Daisy was more like I feel like she clicked more with my older brother because they would get into trouble all the time. One time we were in Mexico and Daisy had this huge party. And I remember my dad being on the phone with my uncle because he was trying to break up the party. And my dad was like all mad. And I was like, holy shit. And then I heard Edgar was there too. I was like, holy shit, Edgar and Daisy having a party? It's the whole fucking neighborhood there then.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was a big party. My parents were in Mexico for 2 weeks, and I was taking care of the house, and we had a flyer party. I had a flyer party, and back then, it wasn't like a long time ago, but you know those NOS, the NOS tanks?
Yeah.
I don't know, they probably still are really famous, and so, like, everybody has their balloon and fucking nosing it and fishing out and shit. And, yeah, I had some guys on the side gate, and they were charging everybody, like, $5 a head to get in. And
Damn.
what? I made $250 that day just having people over for a party.
$5?
Yeah, $5 a head.
What was that? 50 people, yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, like 250, and there was like, we had kegs and. Yeah, I didn't mean to have anybody in the house though, but like people started asking me like, "Can I use the bathroom? Can I use the bathroom?" Next thing you know it, everybody's in my fucking house, and I'm like, "Fuck!" And then, so I didn't tell anybody I was having a party, and I guess I don't know how my uncle found out. I don't know, honestly. But
well, he lived next door.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, but he lives next door now, but the house that he had the party on was like blocks away.
Oh.
But if you ever want to find out about anything, he's the man to go. He'll know the news right away. Like, he's such a, compared to my dad, he's just such a little bitch.
Dang! My uncle is a little bitch, yeah.
Sorry, Tio.
Yeah, he's no fun.
Unless he's drunk.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
You
I
should have
don't.
fucking invited let him in for free.
That's why
let
he's
him in
mad.
for
Right?
free and get him
Want some
drunk.
beer?
Yeah. That's why he told on you.
So my older brother, someone must have told him because where we used to live, where I used to live with my parents, it used to be by my brother's like his hood area. So I don't know, they knew that that's where Edgar's family lived. So I don't know if my uncle told him or some of his friends told him, hey, there's a party at your house. And then all of a sudden I just see my brother and his friends rolling, I was so fucked up. Okay, let me tell you, I was so fucked up. Like, I was at the gate with the quote unquote bouncers, and like I was like dictating whether or not we would charge, like, I don't know, if I knew them or not. Like, I'm like, oh, I already know them, come in. And like so then these guys come, and we have to, we were marking their hands just in case they would leave, and we knew that they paid. And I grabbed this guy's hand, and he's like, what the fuck? And I look up, and it's my brother, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, shit.
Like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, hey. And the quote-unquote bouncers are like, you know these guys? I'm like, yeah, that's my brother. And so
you were grabbing his hand because you have a
I grabbed his hand because I was going to mark his hand. What?
You have a fetish for hands, and you saw your brother's hands and didn't realize it was him.
Oh, God, that's gross.
You're like, look at that nice hairy hand.
I was, they were charging, and I was dictating, and we were like, I don't even know. And then I just grabbed his hand, and I was going to mark it with a marker, like an X. And then he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I look up, and I'm like, oh, shit. And then here's him and his friends, and we had a blast, though. We had a blast for sure. It was fun. There was a lot of white girls.
Sounds like a great time.
Hell yeah.
It was a really good time, but my dad was pissed.
I remember he even broke one of your pipes or something.
Oh, my weed pipe? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
A bong? Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good when they came back from Mexico. But anyway, yeah, that's one story. Yeah. But when I was young, though, Maribel, what I do remember when I was young is, I didn't learn. You taught me how to speak English. I remember you sitting down with me, reading a Precious Moments book, and me getting stuck on the word the. THE, the. I didn't understand what the fuck the word meant, why it was there. I didn't know, no fucking conjunction junction shit, like, what is this word? And I remember you trying to explain to me and reading, a sentence. And, it was, do you remember that? It was a Precious Moments book. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Probably not. Yeah, you're fucking old. You don't fucking remember. And, but another, like, with that being said, I didn't know English, like, till I got into kindergarten, till, I was like, turning 5, 4, whatever age you go into kindergarten.
Yeah, 5.
And you and our cousin Myra, you guys would speak English, and I would look at you guys like, what are you guys saying? And you guys would point and laugh at me, and I would get frustrated because I didn't understand what the fuck you guys were laughing at or saying. And until one day I fucking caught it, and then I knew what the fuck you guys were saying.
Remember when you were like 5? We have the video when you were 5 and Myra used to make fun of you all the time. And then you're walking out and you're like, eh. But the way you said it, it was fucking funny.
What'd she say, bitch?
Yeah. That she picked up right away.
Of course she did.
That's awesome.
Daisy.
Yeah. But I feel like I remember when you were like 3 or whatever, you would turn on the radio and you would start dancing in the living room. Like those things I remember, but like when you were older, I feel like I can't remember anything.
Like her teen years?
Up until I just feel like I have this huge blank in my mind.
Do you remember when your dog Bonjo was humping me?
Yeah.
I was on my stomach outside laying on the grass, and your fucking dog Bonjo comes behind me and starts fucking humping me and fucking starts like grabbing my shirt, just tugging on it, trying to fucking get grip. That hurt.
I remember that.
Yeah, he nibbled on my shirt to get a grip and started fucking humping me while I was on the grass, like laying on my stomach. That was not funny.
It's kind of funny.
It was kind of funny. And then, do you remember when, this is when I got a little bit earlier, but a little bit older, but do you remember when you first got pregnant with Andrew and we went to, I didn't know you were pregnant, but we went to the Chinese place, and then we were almost back to the house, and you're like, ever since I've been pregnant, I've been craving chow mein. And then you looked in the rear view mirror, and then you saw me face, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. I don't think
remember?
my dad even knew I was pregnant up until after I got married.
Yeah, you fucking slut. I don't know. That was funny, though. I was like, you're pregnant? I didn't like that you got pregnant, honestly. I thought you were too young to get pregnant. I felt like we still had a life to live, to share together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How old were you, Maribel?
Like, they were still...
I was already 22 or 23.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so... So if you were 22, 23, I was 13?
Yeah.
12?
12, 13.
No. Yeah, like 11,
Yeah.
12. Right?
Yeah.
11, 12. So, I was young. I wasn't even in
Yeah.
my teens when you got pregnant.
Yeah, you're pretty young.
Yeah, so I didn't like that. I was like, oh, like life is ruined. Like I didn't really know what being like pregnancy was or anything, but I knew that things were gonna change,
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I did.
so things
I feel like
we could have had a lot more memories together.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
ever since you guys moved to Arizona, I feel that's what I feel more connected now than I did then. Like I just feel like
Yeah.
we didn't bond that much.
No, the age had a big difference, it did, because it doesn't anymore. I feel way connected to you now, but when we were living there, we take things for granted,
Yeah.
California is so beautiful to me now. When I live there, I'm like, I'm bored. There's nothing to do. Now I'm like, I'm fucking dying in this fucking heat. Where's the fucking ocean? And yeah, so yeah, I know things. I definitely appreciate things a lot more, and And, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
These other two bitches are probably falling asleep listening to us.
I was just thinking, like, in adulthood, though, like, when you're mature adults, like, no matter what, like, you're kind of able to, be on a different level anyways. So maybe that's why you guys are closer now, too. And it's different when you're little and you don't understand life. When you're an adult, you kind of get things more. And then you cherish the time that you do get together.
Yeah, we definitely bond more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with Edgar lives, like, right next to me, and I rarely see him. And I feel like I'm scared of talking to my brother. But with my younger brother, like, I'm cool with him. Like, I can talk to him about anything, and I'm cool. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if I'm just scared of my older brother. Like, we could be driving all the way from here to Arizona and not say anything the whole way. Unless he's hot. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know what it is.
It's crazy.
Like,
it's crazy. You guys have a completely different relationship. I want to say bond, but you guys don't, like, I don't know if it's, like, really a bond. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I have more of a bond with Edgar than you do. Maybe because we've gotten high together. I don't know.
But did you guys, like, fight a lot? Fight a lot as kids?
No, like, we got along good. But I just feel like, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's because, I don't know if it's him not being high makes him grumpy, or I don't even know what it is. But Daisy she's not scared of saying whatever she wants to him. And I'm more like, oh shit, I better watch what I say kind of a thing. Like, I'm scared how he's going to react. Like, if he's going to flip out. Usually once he gets high, he's more like relaxed and easy to, like, talk to. But when he's not, like, I'm afraid of him. Like, I'm afraid he's going to flip out on me if I say something wrong.
Yeah, no. I don't give a shit.
And yeah, I was going to say, and you don't. You remember, like, you say whatever and you don't care, you're not, I don't know, like, it's weird. And with Junior, like, I feel like we can joke around more. And
yeah.
And with you too, like, I feel like I can talk to you more and joke around with you. But for some reason with Edgar, I'm just scared.
And you know what? I feel the opposite with Junior. I feel like, me and Junior, we can have a bond, but we can't really relate, because I feel like although we're 2 years apart, him and I feel like he's very immature still, so, and then he can be very ignorant. So sometimes the comments he makes, or, things he says really irritate me, because I'm just like, you don't even know really what struggle is, and I'm not saying I do, because I've seen and I've heard what you and Edgar have gone through, but I'm just like, Junior just had it the easiest out of all of us, really.
Yeah. I feel like by the time my dad and my mom had him, they were just kind of like, like, they kind of gave up.
Well, yeah, he was a fucking accident.
Yeah.
He was an accident for sure. They admit it.
I think it's pretty normal in most households for the youngest kid to be treated with more leniency than the older kids. At least that's what I experienced or saw in our household. So yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's kind of similar. Like you were scared. You can't fully express yourself to Edgar because you're scared of how he will react. And I can't fully express myself to Junior because I just know that he's going to say something to piss me off. It's like quite the opposite. I'm just like, I don't know, because I know he's going to be ignorant and just say something to piss me off. And so I'm just like, I can't get too serious with him.
Yeah.
As far as Edgar, I can get serious with him. I've spoken to him about, deep stuff, and we can relate more. It's funny. 15 years older than me, and I can relate more to him than my fucking younger brother. Fucking little prick. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, as far as, like, how me and Maribel grew up, like, we grew up, you know, not that fortunate. Actually, Maribel and Edgar were born and raised, not totally raised, but they were born in Mexico. And how old were you, Maribel, when you and Edgar and my mom and dad crossed the border? How old were you? What year was it? How? Because that's, to me, like, that's very, like, that's just crazy. You know, I'm very blessed because I've heard, and I'm just like, go ahead and tell the girls that little story.
Well, Dad was already here when he sent for us. He had already been here, like, a couple of years.
What year? What year do you think it was?
I think I was, like, 6 at the time. So, like, 84, 80, 85 was when we... Yeah, but it was crazy because, God, I don't even remember. Like, I know that all I can remember is I was wearing a white dress, like the wrong thing to wear when you're fucking crossing the border. And I was fucking wearing sandals. And then I remember we were all, like, packed in, like, a fucking van. And then the van broke down, and we had to hide in, like there was, like, trees and a shitload of, like, really, really, like, tall grass. And then I remember somebody saying, oh, shit, you know, immigration's coming. So they were, like, running, and this man had me, like, on his shoulders. And then I remember they were like, Doc, and he fucking just threw me, like, into the grass. And then we were there for a while until somebody, like, had to they sent another van. Then they put us in the van. That everybody was like, we were like fucking sardines, just like laying on the fucking floor. And then they took us to this garage. I remember there must have been like fucking, I don't know, like 30 people in that fucking garage. And I remember I was fucking hungry. I was so hungry. And I don't know if my mom told the main guy or whatever. And then he took me into the kitchen, and his wife was there. And I remember her because she was this really pretty blonde lady. And she gave me, like, some cookies. And then they took me back to the garage where my mom was. And I just remember fucking splitting the cookies, like, into fucking pieces just so I can give everybody a fucking piece.
Aww.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, the fucking shit. I remember seeing my mom crying. We were, like, in a fucking, it looked like a junkyard. And she was sitting on a seat that was from a truck that was just out. My mom is and she was crying, and finally I remember, like, we were in a van. They were going to deliver us to my dad, but the man was demanding more money or something. It was fucking crazy. Like, I remember all this shit like it was yesterday. And then and finally, like, I think I don't know if my dad ended up paying or whatever, and then they handed us over to my dad. But like, the shit that I saw, like, I remember we were in a car. They would trade us from car to car, and we were in a car, and these guys, they put him in the trunk of the car.
Oh, wow.
To take us to another house. Like, it was fucking crazy. But, like, when we got here, you know, like, it was just crazy to go through all that shit, like, and seeing my mom cry. My brother, like, I remember he got a bunch of gums. He was out in the street selling gums, just, you know, just so we can get something to eat. Like, I feel like my brother had to grow up so fast, you know. He had to help my mom and act like he was the adult in the whole thing, you know. Like, it was just crazy, like, all this shit that we had to do to get here. And you know what, like, I feel like now, like, I'm fucking, like, I'm thankful that my dad did what he did, and that we're at, you know, where we're at now.
Yeah.
Because I see, like, a lot of people now, and they're fucking struggling, and I can't imagine what it's like knowing, like, if I didn't have papers, like, just knowing, like, being scared every fucking day, thinking, oh, fuck, you know what, can I can I keep my job? You know, is immigration going to catch me here? You know, like all that shit. Like it's fucking crazy. Like, and I'm just like, I'm fucking blessed.
Yeah.
For real.
But yeah,
I know. I know. Hearing the stories from you and you know, random comments from my mom and dad, like I definitely feel blessed that I was born, you know, America. I don't know. You and Edgar definitely had a different life and definitely struggled a lot more than Junior and I. And I understand when my parents, you know how they always say, well, you know, Maribel and Edgar and, you know, blah, 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 they used to do and you and Junior, and I get what they mean, you know, I get. They compare Junior and I to you and Edgar so much. But and I understand it, but you know, we just were born in different times, different, you know. There's just a huge gap, so it's not fair for them to be comparing us. But I understand. I understand more now than I did before.
I tell my friends all the time, like I talk about you all the time, especially. I tell them like, fuck, my sister, look at how old she is. She got a good job. She has her own fucking house. I was like, look at how old I am, and I'm still not there. You know, like, I don't know. I explained to my friend, like, I'm, like, proud of how you are and how you're not afraid to say what you feel, and, you know, you're still, like, you're not married. You're out and enjoying yourself, and I wish I would have, like, had my kids a little later, you know, and enjoyed life a little more.
Yeah, there's so much dick out there to suck.
Right.
No, I agree. I love you. I appreciate that.
Did I tell you Jojo got his first tattoo?
Jojo got a tattoo?
Jojo got a tattoo.
Oh, Lord. What the fuck is it? Raiders?
No, he got my name.
Aww.
He got your name?
He got my name. I was like, really?
Where?
On his arm. But I was like, it's fucking big. I was like, really? Like your first tattoo? Like you couldn't like just put a little tattoo on your chest or something? But you know.
So it says Maribel?
Yeah.
Just Maribel?
I don't
like
know what else.
Mom, Maribel, or just Maribel?
Well, I don't know if he's gonna add anything to it. I told him, I was like, you could have like just. I at first I was like, why do you want to get my name? You don't know my name. I mean, you don't even have to use my name. You just call me Mom. Like,
yeah.
Why do you need a tattoo? But I was like, whatever, you know. Fernando was like, fuck it. You know what? Let's sign for him now. Otherwise, he's gonna get it somewhere else, somewhere where it's not gonna be safe, and it's some dirty ass place. So he's like, fuck it. Just be stubborn. Let's just do it. He wanted to get it when he was 16, and I was like, no, not gonna happen. And
oh my
he
God.
got it. Yeah. So.
That's crazy. That's news. That's something new.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's making me feel
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Like I'm getting older. A lot older.
Yeah, you're old, bitch.
How old is your oldest?
I know.
I'm gonna be 30 on Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Dirty 30, such a baby.
Yeah.
No.
Bust out the cocaine. Just kidding.
I'm gonna do coke on my birthday, Maribel.
Why?
I think you should do it right off of Heather's ass.
Yes. Off this dick.
Go big or go home. That's right.
Oh my God! Can you imagine doing a line off a dick? A hard dick, just doing a line off a dick.
It's not easy.
Well, how big's the dick?
It's not easy.
It's definitely possible. It's not easy. It's more for show.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's all of our sister stories are so different. It's cool.
Oh yeah, all of our sisters. stories are different for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
One of my best memories of my sister was seeing her, dropping her off at high school. I was with my mom and we dropped her off at high school and she had her books in her hand, and I just remember seeing her go up the ramp, like to go to the second story of class. And I remember seeing her walking, and I'm just like, oh, that's my sister. Like, that's my sister right there. And I remember that. You know which ramp I'm talking about, right, Maribel? Like the C area. What is it called?
Building.
Yeah, I remember that, and I'm like, that's my sister right there. She's
Did Daisy ever tell you guys that we got lost at that what is it, Box Canyon or what is
Box
it?
Canyon?
No.
What? No.
God.
We got so fucking hydrated, and Daisy starts to throw up red. And I didn't remember at that time that Daisy had eaten a watermelon. But I was like, holy shit. Like, I could feel my body tingling. And I was like, I'm getting dehydrated. But I was, like, panicking inside. But I didn't want Daisy to see me panic because I know she was panicking. And she was feeling really dehydrated. She started to throw up. And I had to, like, stop these guys. I was like, can you guys help us? We're lost. And we realized we were talking so much. We realized that we passed my parents, walked I don't know how many more miles, and realized we were almost out of the canyon.
Canyon.
Yeah, we were like fucking lost. And I had to stop these guys, and they fucking didn't help me, and they didn't have any room in their car. So I was like, can you just give me some water, and can you fucking, like, tell my dad we're lost and have him pick us up? And the guys didn't tell him anything, so then I had to stop some other guys, and these guys ended up telling my dad, and then they ended up picking us up. And then my mom was, like, putting water on Daisy's head. It was fucking crazy.
Oh, God, I was so dehydrated. That was some bonding time right there. Yeah, well, listen, me and my sister love rocks, and so we're like, let's go walk. Let's go exercise and walk and go pick up some cool-looking rocks. And we're just talking and walking and whatever, and then all of a sudden, we just don't even know where we're at. And we try to backtrack, and we went a different route. Like, we went around. I don't know what we did, but we were lost, and we were walking for hours, and I was fucking thirsty. Like, it was so hot, and then it was so hot, but I was getting goosebumps, and I was getting cold flashes, and I was feeling dizzy, and I started puking red, and I looked at my sister, and I was like, what the fuck? Why am I puking red? And I'm like, oh, I ate watermelon. I ate a lot of watermelon. So then I was like, okay, that's not blood, so we're good.
Yeah, that's what I first thought. Holy shit.
I was like, what the fuck? Crazy. But, dehydration is no fucking joke, people. Fucking keep hydrated, man.
Anywhere.
You can't even
Yeah, it was
crazy.
It was kind of scary because, I mean, it was scary, but then not scary because there were random people around, but it was scary because everybody's in their own world, and like nobody knows us and what our parents look like, and we can't be like, hey, you know that Mexican dude we're with, can you go, can you go tell that beaner we're lost? We couldn't do
I don't
anything
even
like
know
that.
how he found him. I was like, he's driving a red truck, and they're parked on the left side, and there's a bunch of trees. Like, I don't even remember. Like, I was just, like, panicking because you were throwing up, and I was like, I had left her in the shade, like, laying down while I, like, fucking pulled someone over, and I was just like, I can't believe this motherfucker didn't tell my dad. And then finally the next person, like, he was riding one of those little, I don't know, what are they called? Those razors or whatever they're called. But
razors,
it was like a one seat. Yeah, so it's not like he could take me. So when my dad drove up, I was just like, oh my God, thank God Dad's here. I was like, he's about to die. What am I going to do?
He is about to die. No, I was feeling like I was going to pass out. I really was. I'm really glad they got there when they got there because I was not feeling well at all. I felt like my body was sitting down. Yeah, my body was shutting down for sure. I couldn't. Oh man, I don't ever want to feel that shit. But I was so glad to see my dad, and my mom was all panicking, and she's like dumping my face in water, and
she was like
Oh my
calling
gosh.
us all these names. She's like, "Those are pendejas." Like, how did you guys manage to walk right by it? And I was like, I don't know. We were just talking and didn't even look to the right. We were just talking and must have walked right by.
God damn it. And we had to let go of these rocks that we picked up because we just couldn't even fucking carry them anymore.
They're like, fuck these rocks.
Oh, man.
Fuck these fucking
We're
rocks.
dying. Fuck
No,
these
I
rocks.
think I know. I think I told you, like, let's put these here and we got to remember they're here, okay? But at the end, we're like, fuck them. Fuck those rocks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good times. Good times,
So
sister.
you guys know your way around Box Canyon now, or what?
What happened?
Do you know your way around Box Canyon now, or what?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You better. Yeah.
Yeah. We better
It's
by
not
now.
that big of an area.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be
I know
fucking
it's not
tour
that big of
guides.
an area, but when you're walking, and it's, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how the
There
fuck
was
it happened. It just,
No
the heat,
stream
too.
flowing down.
It's so
that
hot.
time,
You
huh?
can
there was no street flowing out at all.
Oh, that sucks.
Anyway. Well, yeah, but, yeah, guys, that's my sister, and,
Well, thanks for being on.
that is,
awesome.
that is,
Thanks for having
my
me.
story.
Yeah.
Sister, thank you so much for being a guest.
Yeah, thank
you, everybody, for listening and for the support, everything. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for
Yes.
being on. And make sure
Thank
you
you,
listen.
sister.
Make sure you listen. We'll send you the link Friday for this episode.
Okay.
Yeah, and take Heather's advice and smear some cum on your face.
Put the cum down your throat, swallow it. You'll be horny instantly. You're just ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, guys.
Good shit. All right.
All right.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Love you guys. Bye. Bye, sister.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
You've just listened to Zero Fucks Given.
Tune in again next week for more hysteria.
Hey, don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you.
you.
Bitch!